On number 2, just by looking at our graph, we can eliminate 2 of the equations for the relationship between D and M. Our intercept is at the origin, so that means our intercept is 0. So C and D, which have +2 at the end, cannot be our answer choice. And now we're just left to figure out the slope of the line, which when you remember that slope is rise over run, so it goes up 2 and over 1, so our answer is A. On number 3, even though this is a lot of algebraic rearranging to solve for just P, we can actually eliminate 2 of the answer choices right away. So to undo dividing by 6, we'll multiply both sides by 6, so E will be multiplied by 6, which is not the case in C or D. Now we're just left with some negatives or positives. Because P does not have a negative sign in front of it, when we subtract these off, the sign of E will not change. Since it is positive here, it will still be positive, so our answer is A. On number 5, we can eliminate 2 answer choices just by looking at the question. So we're looking for the perimeter in terms of W. So if the width is W, and then it tells us something about the length as well, but we know that this is adding, not multiplying, so we're not going to have a W squared in our answer. So now we're just left with whether or not it's A or B. So we know we have at least 2W, and then it says the length of the floor is 6 feet longer, so this is going to be W plus 6 and W plus 6, which means we have 4W, so it must be B. Okay. On number 11, based on the shape of our graph, we can actually eliminate 2 answer choices right away. In this case, this has 3 zeros, this has 3 zeros, this one has 4, and this one has 4. Now, here we know that this must be a quartic. The reason we know that, which means there's an x to the 4th, it can't be an x cubed because that graph looks something like this or like that. So it goes up on one end and down on the other. A quartic will go up on both ends or down on both ends. So we can eliminate the ones that only have 3 zeros. So A and C cannot be our answer. In this case, now you're just going to be left with figuring out some positives and negatives. On number 12, without actually doing the math, we can eliminate 2 answer choices right away. If 2 times A over B is 1/2, that means A over B is going to be an even smaller fraction. But when I flip a fraction, if it was less than 1, when I flip it, it's going to be more than 1. So A and B cannot be my answer choices. Also, we know that this flipped is 2. So since there was this other number here, our answer must actually be D. On number 14, although this is a rather tricky system of equations to solve, there is one answer choice that you can eliminate just based off of what these 2 functions are. Now this is a quadratic, so it looks something like this. This, if I rearrange this, if I add 5x and then subtract 8, now we see an equation of a line. So it's just a straight line. Now, I can have that so it never touches. I can also have it so it touches just once. I can also have it so it goes through at exactly 2 places. So B, C, and D are possible answer choices. But based on these 2 types of graphs, there is no way there are ever 4 solutions. So A cannot be your answer choice. Even if you're stuck on solving the system, you've at least eliminated 1 choice, and now you're guessing between 3 rather than 4.